we can finally say all of the MCU movies have come out for 2025. But first you were like, yeah, I'm going to go see it in a couple days. And then it was like, okay, I'm going to see it tomorrow. Okay, I'm going right now. I'm leaving
Yeah.
the house right now and I'm going to see Fantastic Four. So today on This Comic Cooks, I'm joined once again by my favorite MCU expert, Emmy De Leon, aka the EMCU, the MCU. Emmy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing excellent. You know why I'm doing excellent? Because I'm here with my healing Disney bestie. That's why I'm having a great time. If you don't know, Emmy, right now, this very second, while you're watching this, she's not here because we already recorded this. She is right now reinventing her life one TikTok at a time. So I will have her TikTok in the show notes. You can go check it out. I'm not saying this just because you are my friend, but you are doing a fantastic job on your TikTok showing all of the, I guess, making everyone green with envy because of all the Disney experiences that you're having. So you're doing a great job over there. So keep it up. More, Emmy.
Thank you so much. That is so sweet. I'm trying.
Well, the last time you were here, we talked Thunderbolts and we talked
Yes.
what is the state of the MCU. So now we can finally say all of the MCU movies have come out for 2025. Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts, New Avengers, and now Fantastic Four First Steps. So you text me immediately, and I love sharing our text messages with my audience because they make me so happy. So the joy and the enthusiasm that you had in these texts cannot be understated. I just want to give people a quick timeline. So first you were like, yeah, I'm going to go see it in a couple days. And then it was like, okay, I'm going to see it tomorrow. Okay, I'm going right now. I'm leaving
Yeah.
the house right now and I'm going to see Fantastic Four. So can you tell the
Ooh, yeah.
audience what was your Fantastic Four timeline? What was the journey with you that you
Oh
had?
my gosh. I had major FOMO because like we don't have a lot of childcare. We have one little boy and he doesn't like the movies. Otherwise I'd be like, come on, let's go. But yeah, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wait until, one of my friends can like come here. But as I started, scrolling through social media, I was like, no, I cannot have spoilers. It needs to happen right now. So I like scrambled, actually went very old lady style. I went to see it at like 4 o'clock. But it was fine. It was still packed at 4 o'clock. And I was like, I need to see it. And I think I texted you literally like as the movie was getting into act 2. I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Yeah.
Okay. And then after the movie, you were like, podcast now, like immediately, as soon as possible.
Oh,
podcast.
yeah.
So give me your impressions when you first stepped out of that theater. What were you thinking?
Oh my gosh. All the things, all the feelings. I actually had to like get all of my thoughts out there. So I voice messaged my friend Diego, who is also a super huge like MCU
We got to get Diego on the podcast.
Comic. I was just voice messaging him, like verbally vomiting everything because I was so excited. Like this movie was so much of what I loved of original like Marvel.
Yes.
And it kind of brought us back to that space, I think, because it's such a family-centered movie. And also, this one was for the moms. Yes. This one was for the moms. Yeah, I mean, I cried, I laughed, I cried again. It was so much more than I thought I was going to get. Casting on point. I just thought, everybody did such a good job. I will say the only one that had to grow on me was this version of Johnny Storm.
Yes.
It had to grow on me. At the beginning, for some reason, maybe it's because I had the Chris Evans version in my head, yes. And he played it such a different way that I was kind of like, whoa. but he grew on me. He sold me. I was like, this casting was perfection.
What I loved about this version of Johnny Storm was, yes, he's like a ladies' man and he likes women,
Hmm.
but his intelligence is not understated. Like he's not
Yes.
just
Hmm.
the ladies' man. He's not just a hothead. He is
Right.
smart. He's an astronaut. Like this
Right. He went
guy.
to space. There's qualifications,
Yeah,
which we didn't get with the Chris Evans version, but
yeah.
that was something that I did notice that I did love, especially Pedro Pascal, his version of Mr. Incredible, Mr. Fantastic. Why did I say Mr. Incredible? I'm thinking of
It
like The
is.
Incredibles now.
Well, the Credibles
Um,
is very similar to Fantastic Four.
yeah, it's like the family. I think they were inspired by it.
Yes. Hmm. The
But
Underminer is even like the Mole Man. Like they have
right,
very
that's why in
similar.
my head I was like, I
Yeah.
see you. I see you, Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. So perfect casting for him too, by the way.
Yes.
I would have loved to see more of him, but he was just the right comedic relief.
We
But
gotta get
Pedro
more.
Pascal played this version so well. There was a scene that really marked me where Vanessa Kirby as his wife was like, sometimes it hurts me when you're you, or something like that. I don't remember the specific, which really subtly, not so subtly, talks about how his intelligence has, comes from the spectrum. And
Hmm.
I thought it was handled so beautifully, and something we haven't seen before as much in the MCU. So I think all the characters
100%.
did such a great job portraying these different, almost like faces of these characters we haven't seen before.
Yeah, that's what I loved about this movie was they're old but they're new. It's like we're
Mm-hmm.
getting this version of the Fantastic
Right.
Four. Like you said, we got three movies before this. We got the
Mm-hmm.
two Tim Story movies in the early 2000s and then the Fantastic Four stick with Michael B. Jordan. And
We will talk about that one.
I yeah, that's the one we don't talk about where Ben Grimm is naked and there's some weird things going on. That was
Yeah,
that
even
movie.
Michael B. Jordan and Miles Teller could not save that one.
That is, I. You know, I'm actually hoping that they do something like a Deadpool Wolverine where they pull that version of
Oh
Reed
my
Richards
god.
because there's a character in the comics called the Maker who is
Yeah.
Reed Richards but evil, and so
Okay.
I have seen some fan casting online. They're like, make Miles Teller that version of
Yeah.
Reed Richards, and I'm like, oh, okay, I could see that because that movie was so dark and like I just felt
Mm-hmm.
down when
Yeah.
I was watching it recently, and
Yeah.
I was like, this movie is the opposite. It's hope, it's
Right.
optimism, it's
It's light. It's
yeah.
yeah.
That's what made me
It's
feel good about this
magical.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
and like you said, it made me feel like Phase One Marvel. It made
Mm-hmm.
me feel like that feeling of hey, not only is this like a good film, like a good family
Right.
action movie with some hints of comedy, but it's also part of a larger world and part of a larger universe that we'll talk about that post credit scene in a little bit. But it's building towards something, it's a building block and a piece in the puzzle, but it also stands alone as its own thing. And actually, I wanted to get
Mm-hmm.
your thoughts on this because up to this point, Marvel people have been saying like it feels like you have to do homework to I
Mm-hmm.
have to watch 37 movies, I have to watch
Right.
a million TV shows. With this movie specifically, they were like, okay, let's make it so that you don't have to do any catch up,
Right.
you don't have to do anything. Did you like that or were you kind of missing the
I
interconnectivity?
was very grateful that we got a different story because, and we've talked about this in the past with other franchises that have been kind of revamped. Because we grew up with these stories, like we got our Fantastic Four and we got a Fantastic Four Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
So I've seen it. I know it, kind of like Avatar. We've seen it
Yes.
with Percy Jackson. We've seen it. And now we get to watch it again, made completely new. And it's kind of like exhausting because you just want to get to like the meatier parts
Yeah.
in a way.
Right.
And so I really liked how they handled like them getting their powers in like flashbacks, them battling, like already kind of getting that established like world in like
Right.
quick little scenes without having to tell the story of like, oh, here they are and they're gonna go to space and oh no, like the weird cloud thing. No, we didn't get that. And so I like that we were dropped in. I do. And I think that for people that haven't seen any or have no background, they can still enjoy this movie.
I think that,
Yeah. Similar to
yeah,
Superman, actually.
yes.
If we want to jump into DC, I'm not a DC girly. I am MCU, although I do enjoy superheroes. I did go see Superman, and
Yes, yes.
I was also like, all right, we're dropped in. This is good. And that's actually, I give credit to the director, who we can dive into that or not, because, you know, he was in the MCU, which is
Yes.
probably why I enjoyed Superman, actually.
Yes, 100%. That is very the James Gunn-ness of it.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think the Suicide Squad is also kind of like that, because he's very much
The
about
revamped Suicide
yes,
Squad.
not the
We get a lot of
original.
revamps,
Yes,
which is why, again, I'm like, yeah, we know Fantastic Four, but at least this is a new story.
yes. I think that is very interesting about the times that we're in, because when we were growing up, it was like there was so few. We were
Mm-hmm.
barely getting, all right, it's like piecemeal. It's like the slow drip of superhero stuff. Now the fire hose is on, and it's like we're
Right.
getting superhero content all the time. So the reboots are coming like even faster. If you think
Yeah.
about like the Tobey Maguire to the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man to the Tom Holland Spider-Man, like
Right.
we're getting the cycle of, I think people's attention spans are even getting smaller. But
Yeah.
this, I think, is the right way to do it. Both
Mm-hmm.
Superman and Fantastic Four, like you said, they take those origin stories that have been told before and have been in the popular culture and consciousness for 60 years or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you're getting right. You don't have to spend half the movie on an origin story on how they got their
Right.
powers. Just say it in Superman had it in like a couple lines
A
at the
couple
beginning.
lines. Yeah.
And Fantastic Four, like you said, they have those flashbacks and they talk about
Right.
them walking up to the spaceship, but they don't show you them getting their powers.
Not
It's
at
just
all.
like here they are. And I thought they did a great job of showing the powers, showing subtly, like, okay, Johnny turns on his heat when the lights go out, and he's like, all right, here's my
Mm-hmm.
fire and the thing and all these things. I think this is going to be the new model going forward of just throw us in, start the story, we can get caught up later,
Mm-hmm.
because that's how comic books are. You don't every comic you read doesn't have the origin story
Right.
in the comic. Like they'll have like a little recap at the beginning. Hey, this would happen, but they will
There's
not
so
do
many of them. There's
yes, that's
so many.
100%.
Like, as someone that doesn't do comics and just, you know, I'm just like in the cinematic universe.
Yes.
If I ever did want to start, you know, for the lore, I wouldn't even know where to start, and it's too overwhelming. If the MCU is overwhelming, I can't imagine the comic books and all the,
Yeah.
you know, different variations and different universes and different. No, thank you.
That's a common complaint, which I am trying to help people out on my channel and help them
Yeah.
in jumping on. But
Mhm.
the movies themselves, for sure, I think Marvel's Kevin Feige even came out in a recent interview and he said,
Oh,
like,
I
we're
saw
gonna
that.
pull back and we're going. What do you think about that approach? Do you think it was enough, or
You know
do
what?
you think
I
it
don't
was
believe anything this man says. I don't believe anything. I'll believe it when I see it. And
Yeah, that's how I
also,
am.
leave it alone. Guys, let's leave it alone. I don't believe that we need to revamp like like Iron Man, Captain. We don't need to recast. Let it simmer. It hasn't even been, it's been like 2 years. I don't even know. Let it like simmer, okay?
Yeah,
Give
like
me a
COVID.
Young Avengers. Every time I'm on your
Yes.
podcast, I'm like, can I get the Young Avengers?
Yes.
When is that coming? Like, can we talk about all the loose threads before you think about resetting like the whole MCU with a new like Iron Man? And no, I don't. Let's
That
tie
is
up the loose ends.
that's the most frustrating thing to me is
Yeah.
like all those post-credit scenes we
Mhm.
got, and it's like I was excited in the theater. Oh yeah, we're gonna be getting this, and then to find out years later, oh yeah, you're never going to get those payoffs. It's like, well, what was
Right.
the point of that?
Yeah.
So
And I
I'm
understand that
with you.
things change
Yeah.
and things evolve, but at the same time, it's like, do not mess with what was once perfect. Like, you did a great job with, phase one, phase two, like, end game, perfection. Move on. Do not ruin it for us.
Yeah.
Like, I do not need to, again, go back to Iron Man. I need a Young Avengers. I
I
do.
really, I hope they do something with Young Avengers because
They have to.
they're already talking about, like,
They're
we know
getting
the
old,
plan.
guys.
Oh yeah, that's well of that too. We know that next year we're getting Spider-Man and then Doomsday. Those are going to be the
Mm-hmm.
two Marvel movies for next year. And then 2027 is going to be Secret Wars. And then after that is whatever. Like, it's going to be kind of brand new. So can they fit Young Avengers in there, or are they going to wait until after Secret Wars and they can
It
still
doesn't
play on
make
the
sense.
audience? Yeah.
Nothing makes sense to me. I don't know what they're doing. I'm just along for the ride, but also I'm just like, please don't revamp this.
Yeah.
We do not need, you know, are we going to get like a fourth and sixth Spider-Man in our lifetime? Like, am I going to
Oh,
be 80
I
and be
think we
like,
will.
I remember Tobey Maguire? Like,
I think 100%, just because of the
like,
popularity of Spider-Man. Yeah, I think
but we don't need to do that. We need to let things simmer. We need to let, I need to grieve after Endgame and just be
yeah,
like,
and
I
that's
don't
the
know.
difference. Like,
Like,
they're
let
in
me get excited about something else. Like, if
right.
Endgame were like, that's it. It happened. I'm grieving, and then we get like Fantastic Four. I'm excited about Fantastic Four. I'm excited to see where we're going with them. And then you kind of revamped the MCU with a whole other set of characters within this kind of, I know it's a multiverse, but within this timeline, let's say, and go from there. And then maybe you do a Young Avengers. And I don't think it's necessary to get a whole new Iron Man if he is telling the truth.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I think they're going too quickly off of people's, like, they're reacting. It's kind of like a knee-jerk reaction of, oh
mhm.
no, they're not. It's not doing as good as the box office. This is not doing good. People are not like, they're not loving every single movie. So reboot it, restart it, reset it, redo everything. I would like them to have a little bit more patience, like you
Mhm.
said. And there's been so much stuff that you can't really go off of. Like, COVID was not normal. The actors
No.
strike was not
Mhm.
normal. The Disney Plus is throwing all these shows, like, that wasn't normal. Go
Right.
back to when you were doing phase 1, 2, and 3. That was kind of like the normal cycle, and
I
people
was
were
so
enjoying it.
excited. Like, I think that we were so spoiled with the era of like, oh my God, when WandaVision came out, integrated beautifully with Disney Plus, right? Loki, like there was I don't know if there was like a better plan or like a better like foundation, but like that era where we just were getting like an episode every week. Oh, I remember when the WandaVision credits would roll and I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna have to wait. And like now we're getting like 3 episodes of a show that they didn't even promote.
Yeah,
And that may or may not have to do with what we're like. So I don't know.
yeah.
I
I
I
think
think
it's
we lived through the best of it. I hope there's more to come, but right now I just feel like maybe they also bit off more than they can chew.
well, you have to take the right message from these things, like exactly what you just said. That feeling and the result of those shows, to me, it was them picking the right creative people. Like,
Hmm.
the director of this movie, Fantastic Four First Steps, is Matt Shackman. He was the director on WandaVision. Like, you take that talent.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, I see what you're doing there. All right.
That's what you need to do, is you
Yeah,
pick the right people and then let them do what they do, and don't
yeah.
meddle in their affairs, don't change everything that they're going to do. And then that's when you get all these good works,
Hmm.
from the movies and
Right.
from the TV shows. So I hope they take the right message from
Yeah.
these things and say, oh, we actually, the people that we cast and the people who direct it actually matter. We should probably pay attention to that and
Yeah.
hire
I think they
right.
should
I think,
just like have more patience and go slower. Like,
yeah, that is a huge deal, because think about the movies. If you don't do well on the first weekend, they're like, oh, it's a flop, it's gone, it's already out of the theater. It's like
Mm-hmm.
that is our current state of things where, and I talk to a lot of people that are like, oh, I catch it on streaming. It's like, yeah, it's the first week and you don't
Yeah,
even give it a chance.
yeah. I
I wish
mean,
we had more patience
I think
overall.
that just like in general, COVID kind of changed going to the movies forever, like
Yeah.
forever, especially because like we got everything, straight to Disney Plus
The
or
convenience of that.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, if there's a movie that I'm like not sure about, I'm like, I'll wait until it's streaming because it's a pain in the butt to get childcare. And I'm like, I'll
Yeah.
just watch it when it's there.
Yep.
Like I don't even know which one it was. Thor: Love and Thunder.
Hmm.
That one I streamed. I
Yeah.
avoided spoilers like the plague, and I was like, and
That's
Thor was like
commendable.
my guy, and
Oh
I was like,
wow.
I don't
Dang.
know. Well,
Dang.
not I don't know if I could like name my top five. He would be in the top five.
So did you hear he's supposed to be what I this is speculation. He's supposed to be like the anchor point in this upcoming Avengers, these two
I
movies.
did hear that, and I actually think that's like a reasonable like way to start the story because he's the leftover OG, so he
Hmm.
has to like be a pivotal point
Yeah.
or have closure or have his arc come to a something, you know what I
I
mean?
think
Like
I think it is. I think he's gonna die. I think something's gonna happen to where they
I
tie
don't
it
think
up
he's
with a
gonna
bow.
die because I'm pretty sure Chris Hemsworth has said that he will play this role until he dies. Like he's like, I will come back as long as
The
they want me.
the Hugh Jackman doing it
Yeah,
until he's 90.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it worked for him, and but he gave it breathing room.
Right. There was
Right? We're
time in
not burnt
between.
out from seeing him on our screens. We're more
Right.
excited. Like, oh my god, wait, what? Deadpool and Wolverine. So maybe
Yeah.
that's his. They're both
Yes.
Australian, right?
Yeah. Yeah, they
maybe,
are. I think
maybe
they
that's like
are
you have
friends
to
or
be
something.
Australian to like die with the MCU.
Right. Yeah. Man, I hope they do
Hmm.
tie that. Like even with the X-Men that they're bringing in, they already said they're doing the OG X-Men cast.
I
They
know.
were
I
part of the chairs.
screamed when I saw
I
the
remember
chairs.
that. I remember that. You were
Oh, I
texting me when it was happening.
screamed. I didn't know. I was alone in this. Like, I was alone, like, just like staring. I'm like, the echoes, and I'm like, I need somebody to like hug or something. Like, it was like so good. I was so excited, especially because that version of X-Men was what introduced me to the superhero world, the MCU before it was the MCU, and I was obsessed.
Yeah, that's great. Like that they know what they're doing in bringing
Mm-hmm.
those guys back.
Oh yeah.
And this
Nostalgia for our
yeah.
generation, for sure.
And did you hear the Thunderbolts director is going to be directing the X-Men movie? So
Mm-hmm.
they're kind of bringing his talents and hopefully what we got, we both enjoyed Thunderbolts. What we got there, he can
Mm-hmm.
bring that to whatever the next generation of X-Men is. Um, that would be very interesting to see. Now, I have a question for you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is something that we talked about on previous episodes of do you think at this point we're still kind of around opening weekend. It's like we're going
Yeah.
into the second weekend. Do you think this movie is going to be successful compared to the other MCU movies we got this year have not been as successful? Do you think this one is this going to be the one that puts butts back in seats or is it going to be next year with Spider-Man and Doomsday with Robert Downey Jr.?
I think, unfortunately, we're going to have to wait until Robert Downey Jr. comes back. Because even as much as Pedro Pascal is having a moment, I think that to get, people to go to the movies, you need to have what we had for Endgame. But I don't think this movie's a flop. I think this is the best movie we got this year, MCU
I agree.
wise. Like
Yeah.
going back to Fantastic Four. Like
The thing about this movie is the motherhood of it. It it's like what Wanda almost had or should have had. It's that, you know, sh I mean, she became kind of like crazy, in a very entertaining way. Vanessa Kirby as Invisible Woman, what a powerhouse. The need to protect her child the primal like rage in that scene with Galactus, and that it was just chef's kiss. Like you could see, and I think she's pregnant right now in real life, but she
Yes,
wasn't while
yes,
they were filming.
yes.
Um, but which is kind of like really appropriate. I don't know. I like really like that for her. Like that must be so nice for her to like have that parallel. But that scene and Reed Richards just being like, it's too much. And she's like, I got this, kind of, because that's my child. Oh, it just was so well done.
I really liked that scene, and then also the scene when she realized that she had to give up Franklin, or
Hmm.
what Reed was like, okay, there's no other way, like there is no other
Right.
alternative, and she
Like
was like,
he's thought
I
about it in his
know.
head. Yeah.
Yes,
Hmm.
there was I think every scene between them was great. Even the opening of her
Hmm.
finding out that she was pregnant,
Yeah.
and the back and forth, the birth scene in space, which was the most Fantastic
I know. I
Four.
was like, first birth in the MCU that's in space, right? Like
That was, yeah.
it
And it's fitting
was
Fantastic Four would do it. Like
right.
it was a perfect one.
Yeah.
There's a black hole in the background. It's like
Right.
this
It's
is
so
amazing.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but can we talk a little bit about the CGI baby?
Yes. That
I heard that Vanessa Kirby said that there was never a CGI baby, but they still CGI'd the face at some point, and I couldn't unsee it. Like at the
that took
beginning, I think the newborny what like baby was like
mhm,
giving Renesmee vibes from Twilight. Not as
100%.
bad, but still.
Yes, I think this is an improvement, but when you ask me like what did I not like about the movie, or like the
Hmm.
lower things on the end, that CGI for
Yeah.
the Franklin baby was up there where it was like, ooh, this could have used a
Hmm.
little bit more work. And there was a couple, like I think overall the thing CGI looked great, but there was a couple shots where it was like that looked a little weird. Like there's one where he's popping out of the spaceship, like his arm pops out, and then he does a cannonball into the water. And I saw it on IMAX, so it was like amplified, like
Oh, I
I
did
could
not.
see it. So that part like kind of took me out. But then when he came out of the water and he was pulling the ship, I was like, oh, this looks great. Like the CG looks great on
Yeah,
this.
the CG looks great. The world, like the use
The
of like,
60s
oh,
vibe.
don't even
Mhm.
get me started. Again, I live in a mid-century modern house. So like the vibes, the staging, the props to all of them. Like they did a great job. The signage, the logos, again, graphic designer. Oh, chef's kiss. This whole movie aesthetically pleasing. So aesthetically pleasing. The CGI was great to me, except for the baby.
Even this is a good question. The hardest power I think to visualize is stretching, because we know, like it's that uncanny valley. We know what human beings look like. We don't know
Yeah.
what a rock monster would look like in real life. Did you get taken out of it with Reed stretching?
You know what? Now that you mention it, I did tell my husband, I was like, I didn't think he stretched enough. I don't think there was a many scenes of him stretching. There was a bunch of Johnny ones. Invisible Woman got her moment. I don't think he stretched enough. There was like maybe two, three like call out scenes, and when Galactus is like,
Yeah. And
doing
see,
his
I think
thing,
they I think they did
but
that on
on
purpose because
purpose, so they
I
wouldn't
think
have to,
yeah, right. So,
you
yeah, I
gotta
think
keep Pedro Pascal looking like,
yeah, I think they did a really good job in kind of being reserved in that
Hmm.
aspect.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh,
funny.
oh, can we
Oh,
talk
yes.
about the beard? The
Oh,
rock
yes, the thing's
beard?
beard. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, I
Yes.
loved it. It was so funny. Like,
Yes.
it was such a nice little touch.
And
It's so cool.
he had it for the rest of the movie. Like it wasn't like
Right.
a
I was
one-off thing.
like, that's cool.
Yeah, I
Like,
like that.
let's do that.
And he
Oh,
has
go ahead.
I was gonna say he has had that in the comics also. Yes.
Oh, okay. I loved it. But
Yeah.
also, we had a great actress, Natasha Lyonne. We did not get enough of her.
I really feel like there's something on the cutting room floor. I think there was like maybe even a
Yeah.
whole plot line of them together
Yeah.
where they're building to something, and she got cut because even John Malkovich was in the trailer and they cut him completely. And it was like, why would you cast these
Hmm.
people if you're not going to use them? I 100%
Right.
feel like Natasha Lyonne was
Yeah.
underserviced, underused.
Right. Right. But I like that she kind of popped up.
Yeah, she was great
Yeah,
when she
she
came
was
up.
great. I just wish we had more of her character, but I understand. I mean, there was a lot going on, and let's talk about the Silver Surfer.
Ooh, yes. What did you think about
Hmm.
this version compared to the older Silver Surfer?
Oh, so the older Silver Surfer, I mean, obviously male, female, different story, different vibe. But the old Silver Surfer, when I watched it, obviously as way younger, I remember I was like, him and Jessica Alba have a lot of chemistry. Does she have more chemistry with him than with that version of Reed Richards? But that movie had a lot of issues. Like poor Jessica Alba, like they were like, cry prettier. And she's
Yeah.
like, what? And then like the bad contacts, bad dye job, like I feel for her. This version was badass. Like the moment she came on screen, you know, I herald your, oh, so good. Like
You could
she did a
feel
great
her,
job.
her
Yeah, you can
presence. Like
feel, yeah, I
like
liked it.
she was ominous, and
Hmm.
you could tell, oh, wait a minute, this is a powerful, like, even if you don't know anything about the comics, if you don't know anything about Silver Surfer, there's something like, it stops everyone in the world.
Hmm.
And what is going on here? Her voice, her presence, I thought she did a great job, and
Yeah,
the CG on her looked great as well.
it did.
um
It did.
I did like, so Shala Ball is a character from the comics who is the
Hmm.
wife of Norrin Rad, who is the other
Yeah.
Silver Surfer. And I was like, why would they make that change? Is there gonna be a story specific reason? They didn't like call it out, but I think the reason why they made the change was to give Johnny
A
somebody to
time to
play off
shine.
of.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Instead of,
Yeah,
like you
I
said,
mean, he
Sue.
is the one that kind of put his smarts into it. And then there wouldn't be that weird, I mean, I don't know how they would have played it out, the weird tension between, Sue Storm and Silver Surfer,
Right.
because you do have.
Yeah.
So I like the change actually. And she did a great job. It was a
I'm
very interesting movie.
Yeah, I'm curious. You talked about tension with Sue Storm. So in the comics, her and Namor have something. Like, he's always trying to flirt with her. He's always trying to get with her. And Reed is like, no. There's one specific comic where he shot him with a gun. He's like, no, you are not getting my wife. But in the MCU, I wonder if they're gonna play off of something
I
with
don't think
Sue.
so. I don't.
Maybe.
I doubt it. I doubt it. Maybe there's gonna be like a funny like one line that
Hmm.
will allude
It's like
to the
a,
comics,
yeah.
but I doubt it'll go anywhere like it'll just be like a one-off for the like lore for the fans.
Mm.
Because Pedro Pascal, come on, you don't hire that man.
And another thing I was thinking about with this specific film, and tell me if you kind of got this same vibe, it reminded me a lot of Captain America: The First Avenger, because that movie took place in its own time and space, and we already knew Captain America was going to be appearing in the Avengers. We knew he would later be joining up with other heroes. That's how I felt with this movie, where it was like, okay, we know this is their own time, their own place. We know they're going to be joining up with the heroes later, but this one we could focus on just them. And it was kind of a retro movie in the same way First Avenger was. Did you get that same kind of vibe from this one, or do you feel like this was like completely separate?
I feel like it was completely separate. Like, I did kind of have a conversation afterwards where I'm like, well, this is their first movie in this MCU.
Mm-hmm.
Um and it's different than when you have a new movie with a single superhero,
Right.
because
Team versus a
it's
solo. Mm-hmm.
right, because they're a family. So we're not focusing on one, we're not focusing on Reed Richards right now.
Right.
We're focusing on them as a unit, um, which is completely different than even the Avengers, because we had all their introductory movies except for
Right.
Black Widow, but we knew who these characters were individually and their background. And this one, we're kind of getting them lumped together. So I think it was a different way, but I didn't think it took away from them as individuals either, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I don't know if it's because I already have the background or if they just touched upon each of them and their own little moments, but I really, really enjoyed it. The thing that stuck out to me was this is a different Earth, right? In our original universe, is there a version of them?
I don't know if I read the director.
Or is that version or Jessica Alba,
Right.
Chris Evans? No, because I don't know. It's all like when they introduced the multiverse, like they just opened up a can of worms and now everything's everywhere and everybody could be anywhere and like it's a lot.
Right.
But I'm like, it is a different Earth. So
Yes.
let's talk about the end credit scene of Thunderbolts now, because is the Fantastic Four spaceship car thing the same as this universe?
Well, I went and rewatched that scene specifically, and I was thinking, wait a minute, we're going to get an explanation for that, and we didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like,
right, I thought it was going to play off of that because
Yeah.
the Russo brothers directed the end credit scene too.
right. So I was like, yeah,
right.
is that the same ship? So I rewatched the Thunderbolts post-credit scene. It is the same ship, but the question is, who's on that ship? Is it Doom? Is it the Fantastic Four?
Is it Baby Franklin?
Who is it, and why did they leave their Earth? Because we also, I think we're speculating. I don't know if we had this conversation, but that the Fantastic Four's Earth was going to blow up, and then that's why they were. Because why are they coming over? They have a perfectly good Earth, and
I'm
they
pretty
saved.
sure that's where we will pick up.
That theirs is gonna explode,
on
and then
Doomsday. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's because it's going to explode or if they're trying to find, like, I don't know, Reed Richards, like, because he was playing with, like, multiversal science
that was a
at the
setup
beginning, right?
in the beginning.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's going to be like, we need to go to a different universe to get blank thing to save blank thing.
See, that the only reason I would push back on that is then they would be trying to get back to their Earth. But I know they want them to stay in our Earth, like the Marvel, the heads of the studio. They want Pedro Pascal and all these guys to live in our Earth.
But it would be so, like, shitty if they were like, yep, we're exploding their universe, and the only people that are going to survive is Fantastic Four over here. Because then think about psychologically what that would do to their characters. Like, our universe died. Everyone died with it. Everyone we've ever known or talked to is dead, but we're alive in this other universe. I don't think they would do that. I think there should be a different reason.
They've set up, and I don't know, like we talked about, they've set up a lot of things. We don't know if they're actually going to go back to it. But think about Multiverse of Madness. That Reed Richards talked about incursions and the two worlds coming together and exploding.
He's long gone too.
That's the only reason I would say they. And also, this is a spoiler for the Secret Wars comic book. Incursions are in Secret Wars. Like, that's the whole premise, is the heroes have to stop another Earth from colliding with our Earth 616. So what do? And you have to sacrifice, like, the heroes have to make the choice, okay, which Earth dies, ours or theirs? And it's like us against them. I think
that's I don't even know how that would play out in a movie morally for these characters to choose that, know? So
there was a lot
what's gonna happen, who knows how it will play out, especially because the cast is bigger than Endgame. It feels bigger than Endgame. Wait, is Loki's gonna be in it too, which I'm scared. I'm scared about, because his story came to a close so beautifully. And his character development was like one of the best character developments I've seen in a really long time, that I'm really like, please don't mess it up. He's fine. He's a tree.
Well, if it's another if it's another Loki from another universe, would you be okay with that? because I
I
agree with you.
don't
They tied
know.
his story is you don't need to touch that.
You
That was
don't need to
great.
touch it. I
If they
don't
bring in
know.
another Loki, you can still have Tom Hiddleston, but you get this other version that didn't go through what we saw in the Loki TV
Yeah,
show.
but then it's like, ugh, I'm starting over from scratch with this character. So it's a lot. I don't know. I understand why they're so overwhelmed, because even when I'm like, oh, maybe it's this, maybe it's that, or like I'll hear a theory or see a TikTok and like it's like, oh, these are all the threads, and this is what I think. I'm like, so many things.
Yeah.
So many things can happen. Like we're still like, is Wanda coming back?
Right.
Is Franklin gonna revive her? He kind of brought his mom back to life, so
Right. He has the power and he's going to be a little bit older. So he's probably going to have more control over his powers than he did. He's like 4 years old at the end when we see him. Actually, what did you think? What was your first reaction when you watched that scene and you saw who it was? What was your reaction?
um I almost like expected him to kind of turn around, you
Hmm.
know,
And see
but
Robert Downey Jr.?
and see Robert Downey Jr. ass. But they wouldn't do that because the payoff of seeing him in character should be later. But
Hmm.
definitely was like, okay, is this the plot? Like, why does he want this baby? I mean, this baby's supposed to be all powerful, as far as I've read. I don't know. But then there's like, I read somewhere that like Agatha is Franklin's babysitter
Yes.
or
Yes.
something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, are we getting an Agatha? You know, but she's not in Doomsday. So
Right.
the possibilities are endless.
Yes.
And the scene made me want more, obviously.
Yeah. So it did its job. And they're obviously going to pay it off. We are going to see him in Doomsday. It was filmed by the Russo brothers. I think him not having his mask on, showing his face to Franklin, there's so much you can read into that of what is he doing? Why is he talking to him? I think there's gonna be something where he maybe steals Franklin and they have to go to 616 to get Franklin back or something like that. There's a lot of ways that you could go with that, but at this moment, it's like there's no clear path, like, oh, I know exactly
Right.
what's gonna happen.
One
So that's
question I do
interesting.
have is obviously Doom is part of the Fantastic Four,
Mhm.
like lore franchise
Yes.
family, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
But we did not see the relationship that they had in this movie,
Right.
like we did in the previous iteration. And so
Right.
I'm like, what is their relationship to Doom? What is Reed Richards, with Victor Von Doom?
Yeah.
What's their dynamic? And I'm kind of glad, because then it would have been the same movie as before. But now I'm kind of like, are we going to get a backstory of how they interacted, or is this Doom not exist in this universe?
Yeah. I mean, they could do both.
That could
I
be a
mean, either one.
possibility.
Yeah. Mhm.
Right.
Either
It
one
could be
could
either
be
one, because he was, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but he was part of the launch to space where they got their powers.
in the 2000s
movie.
movies, not in the comics. Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So to me, it's like, okay, well, he's not there. How did he
Actually,
get his
and in the
powers?
Michael B. Jordan one too. Yeah, in both
Yeah.
movies, that Doom was involved, but that was because they were like, "Oh, we got this." It's like Magneto. It's like, "Oh, okay, we have this great villain. We have to tie him in somehow." And
We
the
got
shortcut is put him in with the origin,
we got a
with the Fantastic
2-hour
Four.
movie. Let's
Yeah.
just get them all in. Yeah.
It is going to be
Yeah.
very interesting to see where they go with that.
But I think that your theory about the incursion might be correct, actually. But I guess we'll see. But speaking of that, Doctor Strange, who is where we like kind of learned about this, is he in Doomsday? I don't believe I remember a chair for.
Yeah, I thought I saw his chair, but let me confirm that
Do
real
a quick Google,
Um,
because we're also still missing his third movie,
Right.
which I thought he was contracted for. And we did get that little end scene with his future wife. So
yeah, which I hope they pay that off. Like, I really hope they pay that
you
off.
do not hire Charlize Theron, if I'm saying that correctly, to not use her. You know what I mean? Like, you do not tease that and not use her.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like, And I think I said this before too in another one of your podcasts. Like, where is that? We need to see what happens. But regardless, I really like the way this is moving the MCU forward.
Yes, I really like this as a stepping stone. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like they're back on track. I think we might have talked about this in our last episode. It felt like they were kind of directionless, like they didn't know where they were going. They were
Right.
setting up all these things. What was the shoot? Now I forgot which one. There was one that set up Hercules, and it was like, what is going on? Where is his movie gonna come? Um, that might
I
have
mean,
been Love
if
and Thunder.
we're gonna like,
Yeah, that was Love and
yeah,
Thunder.
it was
Yes.
Love and Thunder. But if we're talking about that, the movie that keeps getting pushed and pushed and pushed since like the early 2000s or something, or mid 2000s, Blade. Is it Blade?
Yes.
I'm like, what? This is why I don't believe anything that comes out. I mean, until I see a trailer, I just don't believe anything, because they're like, yeah, we're finally working on a script, and it's like decades later, and you're like, where is it?
Yeah.
This
What's
poor guy.
Yeah, I do feel bad for Mahershala Ali because number one, I think he would make a great Blade, and
He's ageless, though. He
Yeah.
is ageless. From the moment he got cast as Blade to now, he looks exactly the same.
I think he is going to do a great job if they ever actually pay it off. Confirmation: Benedict Cumberbatch at the Sundance Film Festival this year. He said he had previously said he wasn't going to be in Doomsday, and he said this year, I got that wrong. I am in the next one. Don't believe anything that I say. So he says he's coming back for Doomsday, and I guess he just wasn't one of the chairs, because they were talking about Tom Holland was not one of the chairs, but he is going to be in Doomsday.
Well, he can't know anything because he spoils everything.
Yes, 100%. So yeah, Doctor Strange, how is he going to play into that? What role is magic going to play? Because in the comics, they have the Illuminati, and they actually had it in Multiverse of Madness, where it was like, it's a group of people that are making all these choices behind the scenes. And so they're the ones who are like, oh, that universe should die, this one should live. And so they were creating, and that was what was crazy about Secret Wars, the comic, which I highly recommend anyone read, is there was so much moral ambiguity of what was going on. Like, how do you get to or why do you get to decide who lives and who dies? Who are you?
How do you decide?
Well, they were going to the one that was going to explode, and they were like causing it to happen faster. And it was a whole bunch of crazy stuff that was going on. And it was Black Panther, Namor, Professor Xavier, Doctor Strange, like, and Reed Richards and Iron Man, and they were all making the decisions.
I'm actually interested to see Namor and how
he's going to be there.
As a character, because I mean, obviously he was the villain for Black Panther 2, and now I'm like, apparently he's a bigger character than I even thought. He kind of seemed like a one-off villain, kind of like the Marvels and their one-off villain that we're never gonna see again. It kind of seemed like that, but now I'm like, well, what's your role?
Yeah, he's huge, and like I said, man, if they could give us a little nod of him flirting with Sue, the comic fans would go crazy.
I don't think so.
They would go crazy if they saw that.
Who would like? Okay. I'm sorry. I'm a stand for Pedro Pascal. So like, I don't know. I don't think they do that, but we'll see.
I mean, I would feel bad for him. That obviously, like, number one, that's his wife. I would feel bad for anybody. But number two, it's Pedro Pascal. But I did want to say, before we wrap up here, this movie, like you, it hit me as a family person, like somebody who cares about their family. And it was so relatable to see the pregnancy scene, the birth scene, caring about your child scene, your son, and willing to give up anything for it, like your offspring. They got that so right. Also, my favorite scene in this entire movie is when it took 3 men to get the car seat, the baby seat, into the car. I could not stop laughing when I saw that, because I hate car seats. I hate baby seats. My wife actually has to put it in most of the time because I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. This is like so frustrating for me. That I think those writers and the director,
Yeah.
everybody got it. Like I can tell they are people who have
Hmm.
families and who have been all through all
Yeah.
this stuff, and that's what I loved about this movie was it was about optimism, it was about hope and family.
Yeah.
The family elements, not only through husband and wife, but through the siblings, Sue and
Hmm.
Johnny were brother and sister. The the found family, which you talked about in Thunderbolts, of
Yeah.
Ben being their best friend, like both to Reed
Hmm.
and to Sue. I think Ben is like such a
Yeah.
close friend.
Yeah. You could
And
tell
he,
how protective he was.
yeah, when
Um,
he looked at her and he's like, "Are you pregnant?" Like that. I
yeah,
love
I know.
that. I
But
love that.
that little scene, you're like, I can see the family dynamic. Just
Yes.
that one little scene.
And we haven't gotten that in the MCU. You brought it up earlier. That's something that's different. Like for
Hmm.
people who are like, "Oh, it's the same old thing." It's like, no, this is new. Like we've
Hmm.
gotten this before in the comics, but this is new to the MCU. We haven't gotten this family aspect and dynamic. And the Incredibles did it, but they were playing off of the Fantastic Four. So like this is the the source of these things that people have taken from over the years. So
Yeah.
it was interesting to get this version of it in the MCU. So I was very happy when I
Hmm.
left the theater on this movie. Um, was there anything else that stood out to you that brought joy to you as you were watching the film?
The beard.
Yes.
I
that
just, yeah, I wasn't expecting it. And I was like, this is such a cute little, like, just extra, like, little sprinkle of magic. Little,
that was
yeah.
hilarious. And
Hmm.
Natasha Leone was like, "Oh, you look very sophisticated." Like I was like, "Yeah, this is or distinguished." He said,
Yeah,
um, "I
distinguished.
like that." That was
Hmm.
funny. I kind of wish they hadn't. I watched I think one too many trailers because there was a few scenes in here. I was like, "Oh man, I wish I had got that in the trailer for the first time." The beard was one of them. I saw it in the trailer and I was like, "Oh, that would have been fun to
Oh.
watch it for the first time."
And I
Um,
did, and it had a payoff. Hmm.
oh man, I need to. That's the lesson. I need to stop watching so many trailers. I do get
Yeah.
overexcited, but it was still a fun experience overall, and I didn't fully get where they were going, but a ton of I I didn't think it was going to be as science fictiony as it was. All of the stuff with the black hole and the space stuff with Galactus, all of that stuff to me was fantastic. Got heavy interstellar vibes from that, which
Hmm.
always love that movie. And again, the family aspect really hit me. Like seeing the birth scene really actually was something that I was like, man, that feels like when I saw my wife give birth, that's what it felt like. And upping it with superpowers, like she turned invisible when she gave birth,
Oh
or like,
yeah, that was really cool.
don't strap me down, and she pushed
Oh,
Johnny.
that is my one of my favorite scenes is like when she shows Reed the baby. Like she just
Oh
kind of
yeah, yeah,
partially like
yeah. That
makes
was great.
like a couple layers of her body invisible. I
Yes,
literally almost like cried. I was like, that is so beautiful. If you could do that, if you could just see into the womb, like that would be so beautiful. Again, as a mom, but
yeah.
like it was so beautifully done and it wasn't necessary to put in. Like it wasn't necessary at all, but it was necessary, you
I
know?
agree.
Yeah.
Yes, man. I'm so happy, Emmy, that you enjoyed this film and we got a great Marvel movie this year. I really liked Thunderbolts, but I
Hmm.
feel like it was a step up. Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four. I think this year every
Hmm.
movie got better and better, and I'm very happy
Yeah.
that we got this one as the culmination. Looking forward to Spider-Man, Brand New Day. I was gonna say Brave New Day, Brand New Day coming next year, and Doomsday. So when
Yeah.
those come out, you got to come back. Actually, you know what? There's one more MCU thing that comes out this year. It's Wonder Man. Are you do you have any interest in Wonder Man at all?
Is that Disney Plus? Is that a movie? Is
Yes,
that
it's
a
coming straight to Disney Plus.
Disney Plus?
It's funny. So the actor, Yahya Mateen Abdul the Fourth, always forget how to say his name. He's playing Wonder Man. He was at the blue carpet event of the premiere of this movie, and he was in character the whole time. He was
Oh,
like,
really?
he was giving interviews like he was Wonder Man.
Oh,
I might
that's
have to
cute.
send you that. But yeah, that is the last thing for this. Well, no, I'm sorry. Eyes of Wakanda is the Black Panther animated series that's coming out.
Animated, yeah.
But there is a live action Wonder Man show that's coming out. So without knowing
Anything at
anything,
all?
does that excite you? Or are you like, oh, another one?
I don't know. I
Okay.
mean, if
I'll
there's
send you
probably
some stuff on
nothing,
it.
yeah, I know nothing of it. So,
Okay.
like, yeah, send me some stuff.
Okay. Well, if you are excited about that, please come back. You are always welcome here talking, no matter what it is, whatever the fandom is, whatever you want to talk about. I love having you on. You always give me great um, enthusiasm and great vibes whenever you come on. Would you like to tell the audience what's going on your TikTok right now? Is there
Oh my
any?
gosh. A little bit of everything, a little bit of
Yeah.
magic. Yeah, I mean, I'm just such a Disney girly. I love the MCU, and I am currently reinventing my life to, do more of what makes me happy, like Marvel. So if you're into that, follow along.
Yes, perfect. I love what she's doing over there. So we'll have it in the show notes, in the description. Emmy is fantastic. She's wonderful. She is a little bit of pixie dust on your day when you're scrolling through on TikTok. Some great Disney vibes. But we would like to thank the EMCU for joining us. If you enjoyed our chat today, make sure to leave a review, share this episode with your favorite Marvel fan, and of course, subscribe here on This Comic Cooks. We'll be back soon with some more comics, movies, deep dives, and everything else in the world of comics.